An extreme phenomenon, with the possibility of a storm train combined with an ill-prepared city and some bad luck, could explain part of the chaos that awakened the Lisbon area this Thursday. Geographer Maria José Roxo emphasized that the situation was unprecedented, but that catastrophe could be minimized. As usual, prevention has failed, say specialists who insist on the urgency of preparing the region for these and other extreme phenomena. Regarding possible weaknesses in the warning system to residents, Maria José Roxo considers that the most important thing is that people do not understand what yellow, orange, or red warnings mean. Everything that is structural and that can control a situation like this has failed. Now all that remains is to chase the damage, as I have said many times. As if this had never happened before. No, I'm sorry, this has never happened before. The Alges and Alcantara areas and other areas of the city often experience this situation, but with less intensity. In other areas of the country too, those of us who do research spend time talking about these things, and as if we were preaching to the fish, complains Maria José Roxo. This frustrated me as a professor at the Faculty of Social and Human Sciences at the Universidade Nova de Lisboa. Now we cannot do much. Now it remains to clean up. Damage can be avoided. Defensive geographers admit that the fact that Lisbon has become a very impermeable city helped increase the problem. On the other hand, there is one more aggravating factor. We were unlucky because in the lower part of Lisbon these heavy rains coincided with high tide, which meant the water couldn't get out. Even so, Maria José Roxo admits that there are times when it rains so hard that the road quickly turns into a river. Even though it had never happened before, there was no denying that this was an extreme phenomenon. It's a large amount of water in a short amount of time and with a lot of intensity. But cities have to be prepared for extremes, he says. That's the problem. You never think of extreme structural solutions, then when there's a lot of water to go we can't respond. Maria José Roxo admits that what happened this morning in Lisbon is very serious. What makes it more serious, cities are increasingly watertight, for example, that as well as poor urban planning and lack of land use. Not long ago, Maria José Roxo was one of the specialists sought to speak on the serious drought situation in the country. I always say that we have droughts, but what we have to do is prepare for floods. What happened in Portugal is that we never prepared for what was coming. No strategy, no planning, he concluded. We have to clean the ditch, be careful with the water flow working in its place to make the retention reservoir in the city, clean the dam. About the old project to make drainage tunnels, which have now been restored and promised by the mayor of Lisbon, Carlos Modas, the geographer claims he can help. But that alone is not enough. It is necessary, for example, to look upstream to act at confluence of watercourses that we know can be problematic. It is important to see nature and the region as a system and see how all the pieces are connected. We will still have more bad news because of this rain. Landslide blocks, falling blocks, not only impacted the city. In this country we will have another event related to this high-intensity rain, he warns. Regarding the rainfall data, Maria José Roxo acknowledged that the value was high and the intensity was very strong in the last hours. On the IPMA website the register shows a value above 70 mm on December 7th, but for Thursday it has not been published. For Thursday this value may exceed 100 mm, between 20 and 30 millimeters in 24 hours, which is equivalent to 20 liters of water per square meter, is already quite a lot of rain for some areas of the country. However, this IPMA data will give us the total over a period of time. But there are times when the amount of water that drops in 5 minutes, for example, is very high. More problematic, what's missing from the equation is knowing how much rain there is, and for how long. We know that a lot, and by the way, it's important to say that this rainfall isn't even going to have a strong upside in terms of reversing the dam and reservoir shortage situation. Because there is too much in a short time, explains Maria José Roxo. This will pile up and make the dam more debris.